YouTube, what's going on? I haven't done a React Andy video to Summoning Salt in a minute, but I need to give my hands a little bit of a break. So I was looking through his videos, and there's one that is only 37 minutes long, and it's the history of Wii Sports Resort. I keep saying Resort. We watched the Wii Sports one. It was crazy. So hopefully the Resort one is nice and fun too. So as always, this is courtesy of Summoning Salt. Shout out to him, the GOAT, for this video. Let's get into it. Booty-dooty-doo.
So I know what you're probably thinking. How do you speedrun Wii Sports Resort Golf?
By being good with the sauce.
Sounds like a joke. What, do you just smack the ball as
How's
hard
the
as you
audio? It
can,
looks perfect in
trying to
OBS,
hit
let me know.
hole in one after hole in one? Well, not exactly.
So
The reality
there was
is,
like a
it's
disconnect
a lot more complicated
thing,
than just
right?
that. You have to plan
Salt,
all your
salt
moves
boy.
ahead of time. Make on-the-spot calculations while under pressure. Aim with impeccable precision. Hit incredibly difficult
There's so
shots
many
while
Summoning Salt
knowing
videos
you're
I still
on
haven't
world
watched.
record
Is
pace.
is the audio okay for you guys?
Hardly anyone is up to the task, and over the years, just a few have risen to the top to claim the world record.
Yeah, I remember
for
there was
any
like
stretch of time.
some weird like force
This is
yourself
their
online
story.
desync shit with the Wii Sports for golf. But is Resort just golf? I don't remember if I ever played Resort. I know I played a lot of Wii Sports, but I don't know if I ever played Resort. Okay, well you guys let me know. I'm gonna stand. Oh, because I need to squeeze in a standing brake as well as a hand brake. So yeah, we'll watch this. Then I'll
Wii
pee,
Sports
and then we'll
Resort
do
Golf is a strange
skin
speedrun.
stapler.
Given that it's a Wii game, the way you take each stroke is by swinging your arm using the Wii's motion controls. The harder you swing, the further the
And for
ball
anybody who
goes.
watches stuff on YouTube,
It sounds simple enough, but given the tiny target
so
you're
today is
aiming for,
4 different
you need to
videos.
be
I'll
super
split them up
precise. You can also pick which club to
2 and
use.
2.
Drivers and
So maybe
irons
tomorrow I
are
don't
best
stream.
for long shots, while wedges and putters are good for shorter range shots. The first run we're going to look at was performed by a guy known as Ya Boy Be True. There
Ya
probably
boy.
were people who speedran it before him, but he appears to be the first person with recorded speedruns of Wii Sports Resort Golf. He did a series of runs in February 2015, before setting his best time that
already
May,
over a decade, man.
12 minutes and 46 seconds.
Bruh.
True's goal was simple
God, his
enough.
music is always
Get
so
through all 18
incredible.
holes as fast as possible.
Also, that Tiger Woods
It all started
picture
right
reminds
here
me.
on hole 1.
I saw the
He used the
PGA
driver to hit the
2K25 is
ball
on
down the
PS Plus
fairway,
this month,
then an iron
but I
to hit
recently got
further
it on
onto the green,
Xbox.
then used the
And,
putter to hit it into the hole.
I'm gonna start streaming that as like a hole filler, I
Pretty
think,
easy,
or
right?
I'll just like stream the campaign.
Well, one other thing you have to take
in
into
1 or 2
account
streams,
was
I don't
the
know.
wind speed and direction. It can be one of 8 directions, and range anywhere from perfectly still to 20 miles per hour. He had
20 miles an
mile
hour.
per hour wind to the west on hole 1, so he had to aim all of his shots quite a bit to the right of where he thought they needed to go. It worked
Gypsy, I
out
know it's
pretty
crazy.
well, and
I
he
was
was
talking
able to
about the
get
Wii the
himself
other day
through.
with my sister when she
For hole
was
2,
driving me to
the
Mind
hole
Fusion,
is close enough to the start that you can hit a hole in one.
and we were talking about
But
Double
True
Dash and
actually
Mario
didn't
Kart
want to
Wii.
do that because of the
And
game's
it's like-
internal system
well, they
that
had
more or
component
less
cables
controls how this game is
on the Wii
speedran.
still, and it was like
The replay
480p.
system. Although hitting really
Oh,
impressive
it had a
shots
replay
like
system?
hole-in-ones or chip-ins seem fast, they ultimately end up losing time, because if the game thinks your shot is good enough, it will show
But
you
it's
a
crazy how
raw
time.
replay.
Like, it's the 25th
The
anniversary
game
of fucking
system is
Xbox
complicated,
this
but
year, right?
replays are generally
what the hell?
triggered if one of 3 conditions is satisfied. If you chip the ball in off the flag or have the ball hit the flag and land close to the hole, if you putt the ball from far away or with a curved angle, or if you hit the ball from very far away and it either lands in the hole, like a hole-in-one, or lands within a few feet of the
Bro,
hole.
just get a hole in one on every
The
hole.
distance the ball can
Like,
land
what's-
from the hole and still trigger a replay
what's the problem?
depends on how far from the hole the shot was from. So, True's strategy for hole 2 was to hit the ball onto the green, but not so close to the hole that it triggered a replay, then put it into the hole. He
I
did so
see.
successfully. On hole 3, he accidentally hit a tree, but was still able to get a solid birdie out of it.
Okay,
On
so yeah,
hole
you have to
4,
find the
he
sweet
missed the
spot.
putt on a shot that might have triggered a replay if it went in. Then on hole 5, he overcompensated for the slope of the green.
So you have to find the
Holes
sweet
6 and
spot
7, on
of
the
like
other
the
hand,
shot is easy,
featured
but it doesn't
long
get a
putts that
replay.
just barely made it in the hole. Hole 8 featured an interesting situation. He hit it super close to the hole, but then it started rolling.
The whole purpose of
Since
golf
it
is to
took so
fill
long to
holes.
stop
I'm somewhat of a
moving and go to
golfer
the next
myself, you know what I
shot,
mean?
It actually would have been faster to land further away. It's just another example of the accurate shots not always being the fastest ones. Hole 9
Okay.
had another pretty bad missed
God.
putt.
That'd
Then
help
True
my
was on
chalk
to
the
back
voice.
9. Hole 10 featured a very long putt. Then hole 11 had this shot that probably missed a replay by half a foot.
Damn. Oh,
Nice approach!
Hole 12 has two
that was
paths you can
nasty.
take. You can go to the right around the fairway, or aim for this tiny patch of grass on the left. The left path is ever so slightly faster on average, but depending on the wind, the right path is sometimes the better move.
Yeah,
True
that.
went to the left and made it through. Hole 13 is an
Bro.
example of how a bad score can still be fast. True's first shot landed in the bunker, but that meant it didn't roll after landing. So he was able to really quickly set up for the second shot
And no
tap it
replay
in
or
on the third
anything.
one.
Okay.
Remember, a worse score on a hole doesn't necessarily mean it was slower.
Yeah, the
Hole
score doesn't
14 is
matter, right? It's
infamous
just
for its trees
time.
that line the portion of the course you want to aim at. True hit one with his first shot, but still converted it into a birdie after a nice shot onto the green later on.
Nice shot. Nice cock.
He unfortunately missed another tough putt on hole 15, and then on hole 16, he had a tough decision to make. There's once again two paths to
Oh,
take here,
shit.
either going around to the left, or risking a shot right through the trees to just barely
That's
make it onto
so
the green.
nasty with that wind.
The right path is undeniably faster, and True lined up to go for it, but then he saw the wind blowing to the west, which would have made his shot much harder. So he backed out and went left. He still got a birdie, it just wasn't as fast as it could have been.
So,
His first shot on hole
the wind is
17
always
went onto
random,
the green,
I
but it
assume?
was far from the hole. He had to do 2 putts to get it in. And finally, he was on hole 18, a hole made up of several islands to shoot onto. He made it onto the green in 2 shots, missed the putt,
Oh.
then tapped it in to complete his world record speedrun. There were obviously
wonder
a decent
how-
amount of mistakes in this.
yeah,
run.
that's
He missed
1246.
6 putts across the 18
I wonder how
holes, for
fast this is
instance.
going to get.
But there was also a lot that True did well. He finished 13 under par, and he wasted little time between shots by very quickly lining the next one up. It was a solid start,
This is going to get so
but there were
gross.
still improvements to be
I wonder
made.
if it's going to go under 10
However,
minutes by the
for
end.
the next 3
No.
years, nobody else really ran the game at the top level.
Never mind. Never
By
mind.
early
No way.
2018, True's time of 12:46 was still the world record, with nobody else even getting close
Maybe
to it.
under 12?
But that all changed in February 2018, because seemingly out of nowhere, one of the most famous speedrunners in the world began running the game.
Oh?
The runner, surprisingly enough, was Super Mario Bros. World record holder Darbian.
I always find that so weird. Or so not weird, sorry,
Darbian
crazy and
ran the game
impressive.
for the 12-hour challenge,
When
an event created by speedrunner Golden, where you pick a game
when you
and
see
learn
the
how to
variety
speedrun it in
of
only 12 hours.
speedruns some people have,
Darbian
you know,
ended up
like if they
settling
only
on Wii
speedrun
Sports Resort
platformers, it
Golf,
makes sense.
and quickly discovered how tough it was.
Sometimes
to
you
aim
look at their
accurately
list and
on
it's
every
like,
shot.
World record holder is Super Meat Boy, and also Tetris, and like, what?
Stop. It's like
And also
it's-
Halo.
I've messed up every single one of these putts. Swing.
Wow.
But he got a lot better. And
12-hour
after the
challenge?
ended, he continued running the game. He found success with it.
I assume that's like you
lowering his
just
personal
get
best
your
down
best
close
time you
to the
can in
world
12
record
hours?
using mainly the same strategies as True did. As of February 7th, he was just 5 seconds behind the record.
What the fuck?
Later that same day, he got a run that was ahead of the record by 5 seconds, thanks to a really accurate shot on hole 2. Keep in
Oh.
mind, his splits are comparing to his personal best, not the world record. He
Mm.
missed an easy putt on hole 4, but the record missed a putt on both holes 4 and 5. So after hole 5, Darbian was 15 seconds ahead of True's record. Unfortunately, the next few holes were less than ideal.
I should have. No, that was bad. Yeah, that's a little too much. Too much in the juice department.
Oof.
He lost 26 seconds over holes
He's too
6,
strong for his own
7,
good,
8,
lad.
and 9. That meant he was 11 behind the record, but there was still a lot of time to save. True had some missed putts and other bad shots in the first half of his back 9, So Darbian got to work bringing it
Uber
back.
6969 speedrun world record holder for Hello Kitty Island Adventure and Elden Ring? Yeah, exactly. That type of shit. And you're just like, huh?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Really, that's beautiful.
Darbian was actually a second ahead of the record going into hole 15.
Oh man, yeah. This is gonna get so nasty.
And if he
It's
didn't
gonna
miss
be.
any putts, he had a good shot at beating the record. And perhaps that pressure.
I love
was
that.
on
Me
his
too.
mind
It's
when he got
awesome.
To the end of hole 15.
It's just funny, like if you find a streamer, you know, and it'll say in their about section or whatever.
Not that. Oh, it went in. Holy cow.
What? That went in?
This was a really good run. On hole 16, he was
The
committed
fuck?
to going for the right side strat. Pretty much the best case scenario here was getting it in 3 shots. 1 shot to get it into the bunker or somewhere in the general vicinity of the hole, then 1 shot to get it in position for a realistic putt, then 1 shot to put it in. That's what he was going for. Instead, this is what happened.
Oh my god, is he gonna get a hole in one?
Yes. Yes.
Oh
You
shit.
can't make that shot off. Nice approach. Holy cow.
That was nasty. That was nasty. 11 minutes?
Oh my goodness.
That was hole 18, wasn't
The
it?
ball skidded off the bunker just enough to slow it down and have it land right near the hole. It was insane, and it paid off. Darbian was now 23
I'm on
seconds
my
ahead of the world
YouTube.
record. His last 2 holes
Okay,
didn't
no,
even have to
sorry.
be that great.
I thought that was
And
18.
they
I was like,
weren't.
holy shit, he
had to do
smashed it
2
by over
putts
a
on hole
minute?
17, and he took an extra shot to get closer to the hole on 18.
Okay, this makes more sense.
But it was still enough to snag the world record.
So many different types of speedrunners, like someone plays only one game ever or a series or just whatever seems interesting. Dude, I always find it crazy when somebody like runs all of Resident Evil,
Oh man.
and when you watch them,
This speedrun of Wii Sports Resort
Like,
Golf is a perfect
obviously they don't
example
like
of a
react at
law
all
that
to like
I
any of the
call
spooky
Darbian
shit.
effect.
It's so crazy to
Darbian
me.
had several hundred, even thousands of
I know
viewers.
Gypsy has seen it, but have you ever
watched
seen the
them
history of
play Wii
Ditman
Sports
trick
Resort Golf,
for speedrunning the
a
OG
category
Resident Evil
that had
4?
just
No, I have no
6
idea what that
runs
is.
And a world record that hadn't been
What's the
seriously
Ditman
challenged
trick?
in 3 years. When a runner of his popularity brings that much attention to a game with a small speedrunning scene, it's bound to give it a
brings-
huge boost.
Okay, yeah, people come in
And
and...
as a result of the Darbian effect,
Gee, shout out to his heart
within
rate going
days
to like
of his
128 there.
Wii Sports Resort Golf had 3 new runners going for the world record.
Let's go, let's go.
Alaska XP2, MD Cross, and 10 Dog.
Okay, okay, okay.
The first one to strike was Alaska XP2, just 4 days after Darbian's world record. Alaska had ran the game months prior, and was actually second place behind True.
I'm gonna skip the change the
But
whole
Darbian's
speedrunning
personal
meta of the
world record
game.
inspired him to keep going, so he lowered his personal best multiple times.
If you
in
equip a
early
specific
February.
gun, pause while running
On
it, and
February
swap
11th,
to a different weapon, you
just
get
4 days
50%
after
speed boost, like
Darbian's
for the whole run?
Alaska had a great run going after the first 7 holes. He only had 1 real mistake up to this point.
I always find
A
it crazy
single missed
how
putt on hole 4.
a lot of
Unfortunately,
speedrunners, I guess like
this
there
was
must be
hole
some
8.
things that carry over through some games or a lot of games, because like you'll see like The Messenger has been out for a day and people are speedrunning it in half an hour, and you're just like, huh? Like how do you even beat the game normally already? What the fuck are you talking about?
Thankfully, Alaska cleaned up the run quite a bit in the back 9. He hit
Have
this
you guys seen
super long putt on 13.
The Resident Evil 4 weapon that just like
Darbian's
instantly kills
insane
everything?
hole 16.
People like die in
After a
cutscenes
par
and
on
shit.
17 and a birdie on 18, Alaska had himself a new world record.
Damn. Damn, that's like 30 seconds.
MD Cross was next. He had a unique skill set. He quickly became known for being extremely good at hitting shots, but struggled to avoid replays and use the best routes.
Okay.
For example,
Dude,
take this run of his on February 13th. He
2018.
nailed putt after putt
Wait,
in the first
2018?
9 holes, but then
And
accidentally
homie's still
hit
using
this
like the
shot
cam
on
method?
hole 10.
Holy shit. Hollow Knight on console had an invincibility glitch. Oh. Now the controller my 5-year-old niece said she could get it in like 10
It
seconds.
triggered a replay that lost him time.
Huh.
And then 2 holes later on hole 12,
You lost it if you fell into water. What the fuck?
still, thanks to hitting most of his putts, he was 9 ahead of the record after hole 15. He didn't get the
Is that for
insane hole
splits
16 that Alaska
that he's
had,
doing right there?
and he missed a putt on hole 17. But an excellent
It almost
hole
looks like
18
a
was just
phone
enough to beat out
plugged in?
Alaska with a 12-19.
Bro, is he doing like a live split on his phone? Or no, I guess you do like
Is that correct?
Are you using like the timer on your phone or some shit?
Boom!
What the hell?
Alaska
Live
and
split on
Cross
his
would each
phone?
lower the record one more time.
I
over
was
the
right.
next
What
3
the hell?
days. These two runs followed the same pattern of Cross typically being more accurate with his shots, but taking longer to set them up. He ultimately had the record of 12-12 by February 16th, before Ten Dog was on a record-paced run the next day.
Was a stopwatch? With
Ten
the
Dog loaded the game via
font
USB,
looked like identical to
which
Live
reduced
Split.
the loading times between holes by about 6 seconds overall.
It could just be a stopwatch, yeah.
This method of playing the game would later be banned,
But like the color
but
and
Ten Dog
font
was
looked
allowed to
identical.
use it at this point in time.
Yeah, right. It looked
Ten
like the
Dog missed the
actual.
putt on hole 5, and he triggered a replay on hole 6, but was even with Cross after the front 9. After
God, the
pretty much
music's always
maintaining his
incredible.
pace, he got into hole 18 just a few seconds behind the world record. If he could get
Right, 18 was the multiple islands.
Cross's birdie, he'd just barely get the record. He would have to put the ball in after this shot, regardless of where it landed.
That's fair, Sam. I just didn't think that you could use it on mobile, you know? But also, that means that you would have to save data on your phone
This was going to be tough.
if it saves splits. It's entirely possible that if you use it on
he
mobile,
missed
it's
world
like
record by 1 second.
doesn't save
This
your
is when a
previous
fourth
splits and
competitor
shit.
entered into the scene, Sir Tyler. He lowered the record to 12:07 with an unrecorded
Well, somebody,
run, but on February
actual
20th,
night
he
is a
took it down to
speedrunner? What the fuck?
12:05 with a video. Unfortunately, the video quality is pretty awful.
Oof.
It's not worth looking at this
2018.
run too closely. So, here's where the situation was at. It had been less than 2 weeks since Darbian's record. 6 new
Was
world
he in another
records
video?
had
I don't
been
know.
set in that time, with the latest run clocking in at 12:05. 6 seconds from a sub 12-minute run, with 4
That's what I'm saying. It's
top-level
like 27
competitors
quality
going
and it's 2018.
It was a mad scramble.
That's like
Who was going to get the first 11-minute time?
Michael from Achievement Hunter
Well,
Rage Quit
The day
quality.
after Sir Tyler's 12:05,
I feel like I was already like on
MD
capture
Cross was in
card and
position
shit by
to
then, and
smash it. He was virtually perfect through 8 holes. Then even after missing a tough putt on hole 9, he was 5 seconds ahead of the world record.
dude, I still remember my
He had a
first
clean
capture
10
card.
and 11,
Cully had
then
given it to
nailed
me
the left
because
side
he
straight on hole 12 to pull
tried doing
12
stuff for a
seconds
while
ahead.
and then decided it wasn't
He
for
kept
him.
hitting all of his shots.
So he like
even hitting the
donated it
flagpole
to me
on hole
basically.
14. And then it was time
And it was
for
a
hole
USB
16,
2.0
a hole that Tyler
old
messed up
like
pretty
Elgato
badly
capture
against
card.
record.
And there was
All
like a
Cross could
second
do
and a half of
was
delay.
aim to the right and hope for
Like
the
obviously
best.
I super appreciated it because it's like
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was.
awesome.
Oh.
But
First time I've seen you get on the
yeah, I remember it was such a nightmare to sync everything up because I had to delay the camera and the mic to everything be synced.
No replay, no replay.
And then
Cross was now an
I use
incredible
OBS to monitor my
33
audio, so like
seconds
now
ahead of the
everything is all
world
good, but
record,
back
with
then I would
time to
hear
save on
everything
hole
a second and a
17
half.
since Tyler only got
later.
a par. He was on pace.
So you gotta think, if I
to
shoot
get
a gun in
an
Halo,
1120x.
it's like a second and a half before I
This was
hear
incredible.
bang.
Unfortunately, he barely missed this putt on hole 17. So his pace fell back to the 1130s.
I remember there was even one day
This
where
was a chance to get
before
a
I had a
massive
headset that
world
had a
record.
mic,
He just had to get
I
through
was streamed
hole 18.
Outlast and I wanted my audio to be like bang on so that if something was like, I
Get up there.
jump.
Get
And
up
I
there.
had to use my webcam as the mic and it was just awful. Just so I could like hear through my controller or whatever.
There he came.
I'm still gonna get it.
I love that he's got a homie like hyping him up the whole time too. We golfing, yeah, watching some speedrun shit, bro. Oh no.
I am so bad at this.
Just taking my hands a break because I
A triple bogey on hole 18.
don't use
Cross
keyboard and
missed
mouse.
the record by 6
Obviously my
seconds.
muscles are shit right now.
Sub 12.
And
we
today
just
I
have
had to
wait.
throw out a heavy
Until
sofa,
later that
so
same day.
my hands are kind of chalked. And yeah, I just spent like an hour on my voice zoo and my hands are finished, so
You got some 12. You got some 12.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Woo! You got some 12.
that's sick.
Oh.
And
yeah,
so,
give my hands a
Cross
break and
had
then we'll
just
check out the
barely
skin
taken the
stapler
record to
demo.
a Sub 12. But
What are
it
you doing,
clearly had
Nick?
the potential to go much lower. Cross triggered a replay on hole 5, and holes 7 and 14 were pretty disastrous.
Disastrous.
Besides, he just had a run that was on 11:20 pace going into the last few holes, and even that run wasn't perfect.
Sam, you know what
So yes,
I
there
hate
was
about
an
Outlast
11:59,
and those
but
types
the
of games?
community's work wasn't done
The ones
yet.
where you have no means to
The top
defend
4
yourself
runners
are
were all
so
still there,
fucking scary.
ready to take the run lower into the 11-minute range.
I mean,
So,
that's the whole point,
over
but
the
like,
next few
holy
weeks-
shit.
Here's what they accomplished.
It's terrifying. Like, at least in Resident Evil, it's terrifying and I'm ass or whatever, but at least, like, I have a gun and a knife and shit. Outlast is just, like, run.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
Outlast is one of those games where, like, I hated every second of it while I played it, but then when I rolled credits, I was like, yeah, that was awesome. But I never want to do it again. And then Outlast 2, I did not like. Because it was just trial and error. It's like, go to the left, dead end, die, okay, go to the right. It was just like... It did nothing for me. I played it for like 1 or 2 hours and was like, ah, I'm good. Yeah, nice video call,
And
Brent.
at this point,
11:34.
something very interesting happened. After a guy known as the Roadrunner tied the record with an 11:34, Tyler just started to
It's
take
just
off.
so scary. It's like an
While the
extra
other
layer of
competitors
just
stayed in the
shitting your
background,
pants.
Tyler kept going. He wasn't doing anything drastically different. He was just hitting nearly all of his
And now he has
shots
the split
and
showing on
wasting no
camera.
time. Sub 12 had been smashed. Was sub 11 a real possibility now?
I actually got 826. I just don't want to like show off. Also, what? You with MGS? Like, you hate playing it, but when you roll credits, you're like, that rules?
16.
I randomly saw the world record of this the other day. Really?
And then, something big was figured out.
Here we
While
go.
Tyler was in the middle of his
Every
grind to low
fucking time, this is what makes these videos so good, is if they push it to the limit, and then it's like, but then somebody disconnected and found out that he could just aim a shot wherever the hell he wanted. Like, remember that with Wii Sports? It's like all of a sudden the record goes from like 20 minutes to like 12, and you're like, what the fuck?
lower the record, he and Tendog made a forum post detailing a new strategy that would forever change the
That's
way
how I
Wii
am with
Sports
Hotline
Resort
Miami,
golf was played.
Gypsy.
Pin manip.
I just lose my fucking mind the whole time because it's so hard.
The pin location
But it's
refers
like one
to
of
the
my favorite games
location
of all
the
time.
flagpole, and subsequently the hole, on each of the 18 greens.
Yeah,
Its
I
exact
Sam,
position is
no,
random
for
each
sure.
time
I knew what you
play,
meant, and I
which
agree.
speedrunners just had to accept. Sometimes
That's the
pin
problem with like
location would be
literally any
favorable
game
to make
popping
an
off.
easy
Like,
putt,
Slay the
while other
Spire
times
popped
it would
off.
be on
I
a
streamed
slope
it
or in a
once, and then
much
I
harder
constantly get emails about
But in March 2018,
so many wannabe clones.
Tendog made a
Same with
speedrun.com forum post
Philatro and,
explaining
like,
how the system isn't actually as random as it seems. As it
Vampire
turns out,
Survivors.
There's a total of 6 pin locations on each
any
hole.
anything that
3 are A pins, while 3 are B pins. The B pins are easier than A pins. They're located usually
Okay,
in the
hold up.
center of the
I
locations on each
usually-
that would forever and
obviously
then
I'm used to talking and listening at the same time, but I missed this.
11-16.
And then, something big was figured out. While Tyler was in the middle of his grind to lower the record, he and Tendog made a forum post detailing a new strategy that would forever change the way Wii
This
Sports
also
Resort
remind-
golf was played.
Did I just see something fall? Am I going crazy? I scratched my head because it's itchy, and then I thought I saw something fall. I think I'm just going crazy. I think it was just paranoia that. But what was I gonna say? What was I just gonna say? Yeah. Do you guys remember when this happened with like with Mario Kart with like the super shortcuts or whatever when they figure out how the checkpoint system works and then all of a sudden now they just break the fuck out of it?
Pin manip.
That's fair, Chips. Yeah, it gets to a point where it's like
The
it's
pin location
scary,
refers to the location of the
and then
flagpole,
you get over it,
subsequently
right?
the
And
hole,
you're just like,
on
ugh.
each of the 18 greens.
Like I said, if it's trial and
Its
error,
exact position is random each time you play,
or if it's just run and
which
hide,
speedrunners just had to accept. Sometimes
It's
the
annoying.
pin location would be favorable to make an easy putt, while other times it would be on a slope or in a much harder position. But in March 2018, Tendog made a speedrun.com forum post explaining how the system
A and
isn't
B
actually
pins.
as random as it seems. As it turns out, there's a total of 6 pin locations on each hole.
yeah. Once
3 are A pins,
I'm like that with any
while
game.
3 are
When something
B
becomes a
pins.
chore, I'm out.
The B pins are easier
It's
than
one of the
A
reasons
pins.
I don't like the Switch
They're
Zeldas,
located
for example.
usually in the center of the green, typically away from slopes. The A pins, on the other hand, are farther from the
Yeah,
center
Gypsy.
and on
Dude,
stage.
replay, because I replayed
The
it
way the game
recently. I did the
determines
clear
whether it'll give you an
playthrough
A
after
or a
like,
B
you know,
pin
6
is
years
your
later.
overall score.
And I was just like, this
If you're
sucks. It's
doing
just like,
well
wait
and
for him to
significantly
leave,
under
fuck
par,
off before you
the
can
game
move.
tries to make life harder on you and gives you an A pin. If you're struggling and your score is worse, the game throws you a bone by giving you a B pin. Now, speedrunners are pretty good at the game, so without exception,
Like, amazing
they were
game,
getting A
but
pins
I'm
on every single
fine with
hole.
like leaving it as a
And that
memory.
just made sinking all of their putts even harder. So, this new understanding of how pins worked was nice and all, but did it actually matter? It didn't. Until Tyler and Tendlog figured out how to use it to their advantage.
Yeah, you like
Water strats on
purposely.
hole
Okay, so you tank your
The game
score.
forces you to give up and move on to the next hole after missing enough shots. So on hole 1,
So it was like it was a -5 or better, right? So by giving yourself a +8, you give yourself a lot of a buffer, bro.
you could just hit the ball into the water over and over again until you moved on to hole 2. It takes 6 shots to get a give up on hole 1, and this is about 4 seconds slower than the traditional strategy of getting a birdie. However,
That's it?
it also puts your score at +8, meaning you're set to get the easier B pins on nearly every single hole until the end.
Yeah, because you have a 13
So,
stroke buffer.
even though you lose a few seconds on hole 1, it made life way better in the long run. All of those missed putts from previous runs would now be
Yeah, Sam, that's one thing about Amnesia is like you almost never see them, but you think they're always there.
With pin manip to his advantage, Tyler kept doing it.
And it also does that thing of like,
He got
because
an
you haven't seen them,
11.07
you think
from
that now is the time you're
And
going to
then
see
on
them.
March 19th, he got a great run going early. He did the give up on hole 1, then kept moving. Thanks to better pin locations, he was getting birdies.
But I
and
remember
eagles
that
on
one
a
I didn't
bunch of
last long
different
either. I
holes.
don't remember why.
It wasn't perfect since he still did miss a putt on hole 7, but in general, it was obvious the pin locations were helping a lot. He got a couple pars in the back.
Oh,
nine.
okay, so that's what the pin is.
Obviously,
I was wondering if it was like more just like the wind, but no. Okay, I see. It's like the map is the same, but it changes the pin. That makes
pin
sense.
locations were helping a lot. He got a couple pars in the back 9, but still had a slim chance at sub 11 after.
I know they said
solid
pin
birdie
A and
on
B,
hole
but I
16.
thought it was probably like the
Hole
wind.
17 was another birdie, and then he answered hole 18. If he could get an eagle here, completing the hole in 3 strokes,
That could be fun, Sam.
he had a shot at sub 11, but he needed to play perfectly.
That's definitely over there.
God, this video quality is so ugly.
I need a 5-iron with all the backswing I can get.
That's at
Yes,
6-iron,
yes,
no?
Yes, that's good. Tell me it's good. Oh god. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh my god. Just barely. 10:59.1.
Under
And
11,
so,
baby.
The Wii Sports Resort Golf World Record had been brought under 11 minutes.
-10. Okay,
It's
so yeah,
important
after a
to keep in
while
mind
you.
that this still happened in March 2018. Darbian's record was just a month and a half earlier.
Jesus.
Over the course of those 6 weeks, everything had changed. 19 new world records were set by 6 different runners,
That's
lowering the
crazy.
record down almost 2 full minutes. But after this 10:59, Tyler and most of the rest of the community took a break. He was cemented at the top of the leaderboard.
That's a
with nobody
fucking
else coming
huge,
within 30 seconds of him.
huge
He lowered the
lead.
record down time and time again over the past month. And so,
Jeez.
for the first time since Darbian's record, the world record remained stagnant. For 1 month. Starting in April 2018, Tyler spent the next several months running the category on and off. As was mentioned earlier, no one was even close to him, so he was the only hope to keep taking the record lower. Even though the world record was under 11 minutes, there was still time to save. Tyler could avoid the few missed putts he still had, get
How long
more
have I been
birdies
on
and
Discord?
eagles
That
instead
made
of
me think.
pars, and be faster between each of his shots. So that's what he worked on doing. He got back-to-back records in the 1050s in April, before coming back
I
for
don't remember
more
how to see, actually.
He had a run that was 13 behind the record after the front 9 thanks to some missed putts, but went all out in the back 9. Birdie after birdie, with eagles mixed in too. It would end up being a huge world record of 1040.
I don't remember how to
Given
see.
how far behind he was early, this run proved that a time in the 1020s was possible. Some more months passed after this record, but in September, something absolutely insane happened. Something that nobody could have seen coming, that changed the way viewers would see Wii Sports Resort golf speedruns. Tyler got a capture card.
That's
Armed with a clear
incredible.
video feed, Tyler would continue doing attempts and lowering the record over the course of 2018.
Wow.
His attempt counter showed that
That
he had
aspect
done
ratio
more
is so
than
bizarre.
13,000 runs of golf. That's a lot of attempts. And a few months later, he would begin using a trick that gave him just slightly better odds than a new record. Wind manip.
I do.
In March 2018,
It, like,
Tendog explained how, just like the pin locations,
this is
wasn't
inevitable,
entirely
right?
random either. As was mentioned earlier, there's 8 wind directions. The game is forced to select one of the 8 directions for each of the first 8 holes without repeating any, then do the same for the next 8 holes, before 2 random directions for the final 2 holes. So, whichever
man.
direction you get for the first hole, you can guarantee you won't see again until at least hole 9. This comes into play on holes 3 and 5, 2 holes where generally eagles are only possible if the wind isn't blowing south in any of the 3 directions. If you get a southern wind on hole 1, that means that specific wind direction was eliminated for holes 3 and 5 too, since it can't be repeated. So, if Tyler saw wind on hole 1 that didn't point south in some way, he would immediately restart and try again, hoping to boost his odds by a bit by taking one of the southern winds away. Naturally, this would increase his attempt counter since more than half of his runs were reset just seconds into it. It also is convenient because of a new timing method that runners began using. Runs used to start upon selecting 18 holes from the menu, but now started upon pressing restart. That meant the timer now started with about 3 seconds added to it already to compensate, since the game begins quicker after hitting the restart button.
Okay,
Over
that
the
makes
next
sense.
several months, Tyler took a few seconds off the world record. There were highlights such as this run, where he got eagles on holes 3 and 5, but missed several putts after, before bringing it back with this shot on hole 18.
Wow. Nasty.
By November 2018,
Albatross.
Tyler had taken the record down to 1035. He had set the past 13 world records in a row, and quite simply seemed untouchable. He had a 43-second lead over second place, and the odds of any of them catching up were minuscule.
And again, that's at 10.5 minutes, right? It's not like a 1 hour run. That's a
huge
difference.
You occasionally see it in people like
We've
Andrew
seen
G
so
with
many
Super Mario
of these
Bros.
videos
Or Arcus with Ninja
where
Gaiden. Just like them,
they're only
Tyler had
up by
no
like
idea.
a second after years,
He
you
was
know?
just too far ahead. And there was only one person who could stop him.
Him?
This is Danny, better known as the world record holder in the original Wii Sports Golf.
Oh, okay, I was like,
By a mile. His closest rival in that game was none other than Tyler himself. But Danny
yeah, it's
had a
always
big
every
lead.
time, every video
He
like
was
this,
the
it's so good.
undisputed champion of Wii Sports Golf, holding the same type of stranglehold in that game as Tyler in Wii Sports Resort. Everyone was waiting for him to start playing Wii Sports Resort Golf, and he finally began in March 2019. Danny was pretty much the only person in the world with the skill needed to catch up to Tyler.
That's
so
so
everyone was
crazy.
quickly monitoring his progress.
That's so crazy, especially when
He
you think
posted
that
his
the
first
Wii
personal
sold
best
like
on March
7
16th.
trillion fucking units, right?
This is where he got his time to by April 6th. It became obvious right away that Danny was going to make a push for the world record. He was the only one who could do it. One of his big strengths was sinking putts quickly and accurately. He rarely missed, and never took more than a fraction of a second.
He was
to aim.
untouchable for 5 years,
was
and then one guy
remarkable
just
to
bought the
watch.
game, randomly threw it on, and was 3 seconds behind.
Just a few days later, he got a run going that was looking good early. He got the eagle on hole 3, but didn't get the win for it on hole 5. Still, his front 9 was nearly perfect, as he sunk putt after putt on every hole. He kept it up in the back 9 too, and was 9 seconds ahead of the record after hole 16. Unfortunately, on hole 17, his first shot went into the water, causing him to lose his whole lead. Still, thanks to an eagle on hole 18, he managed to finish just over 0.2 of a second ahead of Tyler. It was just barely a new world record, and it took him less than a month after starting.
Bro, what the fuck?
But Danny wanted more, so he kept playing. And about a month later, he had this run, They looked innocent enough early after getting birdies on both holes 3 and 5. After the front 9, he was 8 seconds behind the record. But he wasn't out of it yet, because he kept hitting putt after putt. On hole 17, he went for a different strategy, the intentional give up. He repeatedly shot the ball into the water over and over, similar to on hole 1. It's a couple seconds slower than getting a birdie here, but it's faster than a par, and given how difficult a birdie can be, it's usually safer to just take the give up and lose a tiny bit of time. So he had a bit of a lead going into the last hole.
Yeah, again, they don't care about the score, so
to beat the record. Shot 1 was good,
Chris, true.
but Danny undershot the next one, landing far from the hole. An eagle seemed impossible. But then, he did this.
Bro, the music is always so nasty too. It just makes everything so much crazier. What the fuck?
What was that?
Perfect.
Well, the flagpole in Wii Sports Resort Golf has some weird properties. It may look like a cloth flag, but it acts like a wall. If you hit it, the ball usually just drops straight down. So, Danny pulled out a driver, which shoots the ball faster than any other club, and aimed right for the flag.
Wow, dude.
It's really precise, but possible to hit that tiny target. And Danny did, at the end of a run, on world record pace. It was amazing, and it was enough for a new world record of 10:27.
Oh.
For the first
After he
time
was
in
like 8
several
seconds
months,
behind? What
Tyler
the
had
hell?
been knocked off the top. Danny was the new champion. And even though Tyler had been so dominant in the past, this time he wasn't even trying to beat it. So, Danny's record stood alone.
Until...
And then, 9 months later, Tyler came back. He had one goal in mind, beat 10:27, which he had made splits for to compare it to. And on attempt number 18,402, he had a shot at it.
Oh my
He was
god.
half a second ahead going into the last hole.
18,000, dude.
If he could get an eagle, he would get the record. All he had to do was sink this putt, and he would once again be crowned the champion of Wii Sports Resort. Tyler had some work to
That
do.
timing and editing was fucking incredible. But brutal. That was so savage. That was savage, man. Danny will fall this summer. Oh, absolutely,
He
Sam.
was back. After
I'd say
20,000
102%.
attempts of Wii Sports Resort Golf, Tyler had himself a 1024.
Wow.
He was once again alone on top of the leaderboards.
Wow.
But he wasn't done yet.
Sam, I heard, I have to pause it to say how funny it was. Yesterday I was watching a VOD of Vane Gang playing Lego Party or whatever. And I don't remember the setup. I just remember the word and it fucking killed me. Nyan's autistic. At least I think she is, like, I don't know if she's like diagnosed or she just says she is. Anyways, and then her boyfriend Ethel said that she has commutism. And I was like halfway, like I wasn't fully paying attention because I was playing High on Life at the same time. And bro, I literally like I paused my game and I just like fucking died like that. Oh, that is incredible. Oh. Dude, when I watch this shit, I'm just like, there's no way. I literally know for a fact I could spend the rest of my life doing this and I would never come close. It's so disgusting. I remember when I was doing the Little Nightmares speedrun, Deathless speedrun for the achievement. In my like test runs, I tried some stuff that I saw in the speedrun just to try it. Because I was
By
like, this
June
is practice,
2020,
so why not?
Tyler had taken the record down to 10:14.
And then in
which
like
is
real
where the
attempts I
world
didn't
record
bother,
stands
obviously.
today. Tyler is the true champion of Wii Sports Resort Golf. It's hard to argue with nearly 26,000
Wow,
attempts
dude.
and 19 world records. His name currently rests at the top of the leaderboard, and it'll probably stay there for a while.
Alright, so at the beginning of the video, I wasn't wrong. It was almost
Adding
under
together
10.
The fastest front 9 holes with the fastest back 9 comes out to 10:05, but getting under 10 minutes is theoretically possible. MD Cross was the first person to get an 11-minute run. Tyler was the first to get a 10-minute run. So, who's going to be the first to get a 9-minute run? Thanks for watching.
Fuck it, let's boot it up right now. You know what I mean? That was awesome, man. As always, Summoning Salt videos are incredible. 5.5 million views, man. Crazy shit. Name, Shizzy Hollywood. But then, this dented elderly Jamer showed up to the scene. Clapped everybody's cheeks. So YouTube, once again, shout out to Summoning Salt for the video. Please go give the original video a view, a like, all that. Go sub to his amazing channel. That was incredible. I clicked here and my mouse disappeared. What the actual fuck? That was awesome. That was awesome. So yeah, as always, shout out to him. And YouTube, thanks for watching. Peace.